Or if the bomb that drops on you gets your friends and neighbors too, there'll be nobody left behind to grieve, and we will all go together when we go. What a comforting fact that is to know.
Hey, howdy, hey. Thank you for watching the John Doe Prepper channel. I'm your host, John A. Whitman, out in the great outdoors tonight on a little overnight fishing trip. I'd like to give a special thanks to my cameraman, who shall not be named for his own privacy. Real quick, I thought I'd make this little video and show you guys my little homemade fire starter. This is 3 cotton balls soaked in Vaseline, sealed in this large diameter straw. I have my little very crudely put together teepee here, and there's a little hollow underneath where a rock in the sand used to be. So I'm just gonna light this whole freaking thing on fire and then stuff it down in that rock hollow, and hopefully with all this dry wood, it should just go up and engulf the whole teepee. We'll see how horribly that goes. Not gonna edit any of this out or do some BS and, you know, crop it in post to make it look like I know what I'm doing. If it works, great. If it doesn't, oh well, hopefully we all learn something from it. So, obviously you could also do this with matches or whatever else. Plastic is burning. Now I'll just wait for the actual cotton balls to start burning, which is, we'll try and get the flame across the whole thing here. Is it gonna go? Yes, it is. There we go. So the cotton balls are now going. Those little drips of flame are from melting plastic and also molten petroleum jelly. So I'm gonna let this kind of get a little bit more started here. And now we got a good flame. This will probably burn for a good 10-15 minutes, I'd kind of assume at this rate. We're kind of just gonna shove her down in there, and we'll kind of just sit here and see how it goes. So far it looks like it is starting to lick the bottom of the sticks in there. You can kind of see that little hollow I was talking about, where that rock used to be one of these big pieces of slate. And there the sticks go. They're going, and of course we got this big old pile that we've collected, so we can just keep fueling it through the whole night. And she's going up real good. So basically what I did before I built the teepee, I laid a bunch of little itty bitty sticks both ways across that little hole, but I left one end open so I could shove that fire starter down in there, and it looks like that is doing its job. What I was hoping is that little bed of sticks would go up, and then that'll basically keep rising through the center of the teepee and engulf the whole thing. If you guys would like a more in-depth tutorial on how to make these little fire starters, let me know in the comments below. And if you guys would like a more in-depth fire building tutorial from my semi-novice abilities, again, just feel free to let me know in the comments. And looks like we're pretty good here. Suppose I can kind of just keep vamping until it actually properly goes up. But we are doing pretty good. If you kind of come over here and look down in there, you can see the sticks starting to burn. So, and you hear the age-old crackling sound that everybody knows as the sound of a campfire. Yeet. Yeah, looks like she's burning good. I am going to call that a tentative success. I just pulled this big fella in from the river. Now, if you are a bit squeamish, you may want to look, or may not look away, but you may want to cover your ears. Yeah, I know, buddy. We'll get you in the water soon. I hooked this poor fellow in a rather morbid way. The hook did not go in his mouth. It went literally through this eye and somehow that was able to support his body weight and against all of his quite heavy resistance on my line. So yeah, this poor guy is probably blind in that eye. Not that it really matters all that much, because tomorrow morning I will of course be dispatching him anyway. But in a somewhat more lighthearted news, the fire is nice and strong. My teepee was a little bit too big, and so it did kind of smother it a bit, but we were able to clear that wood, and we still had, the fire starter was still going, and this is probably like 20 minutes later, so that actually lasted quite a good while. So we were able to get like about a third of the wood off, and then it was like it had enough oxygen to keep going, and now it's basically good for the rest of the night. But that is a good lesson to all of you watching this video, that if you build up your teepee a little too big in the beginning, it can actually be counterproductive. But also, just as a quick side note, the lighting for this video has been generously provided by that Turtle Creek Gear Caster EDC flashlight that I just recently did a review on. It is currently clipped to the bill of my cap and on turbo mode, so you can actually see the catfish over there and this beautiful fire. And just to show you, this is what it looks like if I turn that off. It is already very, very dark. So yeah. So I just caught this absolute freaking dinosaur of a catfish. This thing comes in at, what did we say, 29 inches?
29 inches and more than 8 pounds.
Yeah, this is one big freaking fish with teeth like sandpaper. Big old eyes staring into your soul. These big ass barbules. Look at this freaking thing. It's massive. I'm surprised my line didn't break. I think my line is only like, I don't know what my dad put in. I think it's like, I'm actually even more impressed because I'm pretty sure that line is like either 5 pound or 7 pound test. It's, jeez. I was not expecting this when I went fishing today. The biggest damn fish I ever caught in my life. All right, ladies and germs. This is John A. Whitman. I'm about to turn in for the night. As soon as this fire kind of dies down a bit, I don't have to worry about it potentially going out of control. I'm talking quietly because my 2 camping companions are currently already in bed. But yeah, figured you guys might enjoy this footage of the fire. And with that, this is once again John A. Whitman signing off for the night. Catch you guys in the morning. Well, good morning, boys and gerbils. I am still alive. I did not get eaten by a bear last night, or any other such monstrosity. And here's the morning fire. Alright, and as we go to leave the campsite, we have thoroughly doused the fire pit in water, because only you can prevent wildfires. Got all my crap packed up, and I got Catzilla here ready to go with this little T-handle to carry him by. He's gone and gotten himself all tangled up in the grass. Yeah, he's probably on his way out. Big sucker. But, yeah, we're just about to leave the campsite shortly. So I thought I'd give you guys one last little once over. And look at this beautiful scenery. So we busted out a bigger scale, and this monster weighs 12 pounds. It's freaking huge. It's huge, it's perfect. It's huge. Alright, in case you missed the on-screen warning, if you don't want to see a fully filleted large fish with quite a bit of blood, look away now. So real quick, these are the two big fillets I got off the side, and all this is like little bits I got off the side of the neck because this fish was so freaking huge. I was able to get meat off the sides of the neck. Now, I learned something about, here's the gore. I learned something about this big old behemoth. You can see where I was digging in there for the neck meat, and that is that this beast of a fish is a she, and she was a mama. Look at all those eggs. Caviar, anyone?
We will all go together when we go, all suffused with an incandescent glow. No one will have the endurance to collect on his insurance. Lloyds of London will be loaded when they go.